Hello and welcome to Bitcoin with your host, the Bitcoin OG. We got a lot to talk about today, starting out with Jhon Mcafee. Now this guy, he said a lot of crazy things, but today when I saw this, he says that he knows the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody in the world knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but this guy claims that he knows who he is. Now he said this and he posted this on his Twitter. Alright, he says, I protected the identity of Satoshi. That means he is saying that he already knows who this is. Now, imposters claim to be him. We're spending time and energy in search of him. It's a waste. Every day I narrow down the identity of Satoshi until he reveals himself or I reveal him. Now, we gotta understand, this is the exact same guy that said this right here. Bitcoin is gonna be worth $1 million by the end of 2020. Now, that is not so far away. Is it going to be $1 million? Who knows? What we do know is Bitcoin will be worth what people are willing to pay for it. Now, currently, we are 89% below the target where we're supposed to be. If we were supposed to be on track, we would have to have a price target of $49,400 right now. Can you imagine a $49,000 Bitcoin right now? But in actuality, we're about $5,200. Now, Jhon Mcafee says that it is going to be $1 million. So we're going to go see and find out. But anyway, moving on to our next article here, Bitcoin is undervalued and in the accumulation phase, analysts say. So, according to this article, during the accumulation phase, we expect Bitcoin to trade in a range of $3,000 to $6,500 until a new bull market permanently cements the denarian cryptocurrency as a multi-trillion-dollar class asset. Furthermore, let us get into this. If it takes the market capitalization, the market value of almost any single company in the S&P 500, we would have a Bitcoin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, right now, this is the accumulation phase that we are currently in. Right now, we are on the BLX chart on the weekly. Now, look at this. Inside this blue box right here, it is where we currently stand. This is the accumulation phase. Now, the last accumulation phase happened here after this massive run up to over $1,100, which resulted in a crash all the way down to 166. In this blue box was the accumulation phase. Now, after the accumulation phase, we had a monumental bull market, and it is the same every single time. There is a accumulation, a bull market, a bear market, a Bitcoin halvening, and then it repeats itself all over again. Back to a bull market, to a bear market, accumulation, halvening, bull market, bear market, accumulation. And going on into the next halvening over here, which we will get into in just a moment. But the accumulation phase is currently going on right now, and we are in the exact place where we want to be in the accumulation phase. This accumulation phase can go on anywhere from past history about a year, 2 years, but it doesn't really matter. When you buy into Bitcoin, you are securing yourself for the future. Now, let's go on to some news that came out from the United States, that the president is putting a remittance tax on money sent home by people living in the United States illegally, potentially making Bitcoin and cryptocurrency more attractive to people as they seek to avoid government monitored channels of sending money across borders. Now, that is really something amazing, because right here, both Mexico and Venezuela set all-time highs for trading records on local Bitcoin exchanges in the 7 days to April 13th. Mexico moving more than 500,000 over the period via the exchange. Now, this is amazing for Bitcoin adoption because you don't have to have a party in between you and your money. If you need to send your money from one place to another, Bitcoin is the way. Now, moving on to the next thing, the big granddaddy of them all. Today is a historic day. We are 400 days away from the next Bitcoin halvening. Now, going over to a little bit of history about the last Bitcoin halvenings. Back in 2012, the block halvenings went down. So look, we started out at 50 Bitcoins per block. After the halvening, it went down to 25 naturally. So the price on the halvening day, the day that the halvening happened, the price was $12.35. 150 days later, the price was $127. The next time, in 2016, 25 Bitcoins per block were able to be generated as a result of the last halvening. The new blocks are 12.5 per block after the halvening. The price went from $650 150 days later. It was $758. Now that is amazing. According to Forbes right here, about the Bitcoin halvening, the rise in price makes sense insofar as large buyers of Bitcoin either have to buy on the market or get them through mining, and after the halvening event, it forces more people to buy on the market. Which brings me to this photo right here that I found on TradingView. Big respects. Now look at this. This is an accurate representation of what happens during each of the halvenings. The bull market happens, the bear market happens, the halvening. The bull market, the bear market, the halvening. Now, after this halvening, we're expecting a bull market, a bear market, a halvening, and so on and so forth until the numbers are exponential. Bitcoin cannot inflate. There's only a set number of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is limited to 21 million Bitcoin. There will never be another Bitcoin after 21 million, and it is only going to be getting harder and harder to mine Bitcoin. Now, that is all for today. If you would like to be part of the OG family, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, click the little bell to be notified as soon as a new video goes live. And we thank you for everything. The Bitcoin OG signing out.